you want to be a real person in life. You know what I mean? What does it mean to be a real person? Well, a person that when people interact with you, they know that you're being you and you're genuine. You're just a real person. You're being a real person. You want to be a real person. Why is that important? Well, we need to know as a society and as a culture and as individuals that the reality of it all is that even though we've done some horrible shit in our lives, if you really mean well, you're going to back that up with action. Okay? Intention is great, but remember, the action behind it is necessary to prove that intention. Okay? When you meet new people and you want to maintain that connection, you have to want to maintain that connection. So what do? Well, you've got to be the one to want to reach out. And then you put the ball in their court. I'm the kind of person that never wants to be the mooch. Nowadays. I mean, I'm old enough now, right? 45. But what if you were like that already in your early teens and 20s? What if you were already that person? What if you already considered people and you understood what it meant to be real? Because, I mean, whether or not you already know yourself yet, you're finding yourself. But is it so hard to be real? Like, what is it? What is real? What does being real mean? Well, being real means like genuinity. Okay, so the genuinity, I always, my de facto genuinity goes back to curiosity. If you're curious about people, okay, you're curious to know the people around you. It might sound like this, right? You might be, hey, so where do you come from? What things have you seen? What perspectives have you observed? And then just listen. Just listen. Drop the bomb. The question. Drop the question. Boom. Let them talk. And then really listen. Be really curious. You gotta be really curious. You know, I know that I kind of stand by 3 real strong beliefs right now as far as like about how to be. Now I'm getting a little emotional about this right now, but because I'm thinking about the person that this reminds me of, and you gotta remember that this is an individual that inspired this mentality, and I had this before we lost them. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna try to say it as best as I can. There's 3 things I take from Mamba mentality, and first one is you got to be 1% better every day, no matter what it is. That's your goal. That's your intention. Whether it's to work on your, to work on your, your craft, your business, to work on, your relationships. What is that? 1% better every day. Take the opportunity, right? At least devote to one thing, at least one, to get 1% better every day. If you can sustain that habit over 365 days a year, it doesn't matter what it is. You just become 365% better at all of those things. Again, not all of them individually compounded. But remember, 1% better is better than 0% better. Better than -% better. Right? 1% better every day. Aim for that. Just plant it in your head. But how does that look like, right? 1% better in manners? Yeah. 1% better. 1% better with courtesy. 1% better with decency. 1% better with sense. Can you do that per day? Can you? I'm gonna ask you that. All right, that's number one. 1% better every day. Number one. Number two. Number two is really important because this is how you get ahead in life. This is how you get ahead. You gotta outwork everybody around you. You gotta do it. You gotta outwork everybody. And again, what does it mean to outwork everybody? You're not like trying to like put it in their face. You're not trying to trash talk. You're not trying to be like, yeah, you're never better than anybody. You're never better than anybody. I'm not better than anybody. As a matter of fact, I think I'm like, I'm in service to everybody. That's it. Yeah, I can't be better than everybody if I'm in service to everybody. Right? Think about that for a second. If you're in service to everybody, can you really say that I'm better than you if I'm serving you? No, you can't. It's like this. If you're curious, you can't be cynical. I don't think you can even do both things at the same time. Which leads me to number three. All right? Here it is. Are you ready? You have to remain absolutely curious at all times. Now, there's a time to be curious, and then there's a time to act. Because you can't be curious all the time and not act. Because that would just mean you're always in potential mode. You're never in kinetic mode. You gotta be in kinetic mode. Right? What does it mean to be in kinetic mode? You gotta be in action. Right? You can write all the freaking workouts, and they're the best workouts all day. But if you don't use them, you're not gonna look like a ripped person, right? You're just gonna be a person that is gonna be a result of your habits, which could be good or bad. I don't know. If it's good, then yeah, you're probably gonna use those workouts you drew up. So 1, 2, 3. What's the main goal here? Main goal is just life enhancement. How about that? I mean, if I told you right now, here I stand, here I sit, really, and talking to you, just randomly ranting, right? Formerly 290 pounds. That's what I used to weigh. I stand before you today at 140 pounds. Well, give or take, because I did have like a little sandwich over there in the lobby just now, so it's good. I deserve that. It was like I put in a near 700 calorie workout. You know what I mean? I earned that stuff, man. I earned it. That was a good sandwich. That was a good per diem sandwich, man. I gotta thank, you know what I mean? I gotta thank number one. Praise God, man. Thank you. I can do all things through Him that gives me strength. Remember that. You gotta stand for something, or you're gonna fall for anything, right? It's better to whatever it is you believe in it, man. I just happen to be Baptist Christian. That's what I grew up in. All right, so that's me. Find you, know you, love you. I used to be 290 pounds, and tough times, but not this talk, right? Not right now, but I'm in tears right now because when I think about Kobe Bryant as a person and just 4 girls, the daughter dying with him, and you know what I mean? That hurts, man. I don't know about you guys, but you ever had that feeling that's like this burns your soul, burns your heart. It hurts, but rest assured, I will keep carrying that torch. At least those 3. I know it might change over the years, and I might take on more, but You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get good with some basics, man. So I keep it simple. Start with 1% better every day, right? And then you can see, and then you can move it into, outwork everybody. Because that's a competitive spirit. And again, it's not about trying to get better, like being better than someone else. No, you're trying to show yourself, your yesterday's self, that you can outwork that person, right? By looking at, and again, you're looking at everybody's example as a more like, I would say more like a bar set, right? And again, like can you do more than that other person? And again, like it's also with patience, right? Can you be more patient than that other person? And for how long, right? Like, does that mean you could be a nurse? Okay, great. Maybe you could do that, right? Maybe you could be a counselor, right? Maybe you could do something. Find something that's going to help other people. Let that engage your what? Your oxytocin mechanism. We are social creatures. Excuse me, I'm spurred. And if you put yourself in service for others, you engage your oxytocin. And what does that do? Your oxytocin supports your immune system. And if you have a strong immune system, you get sick less and you're able to have more fun. How about that? Right? I mean, if you're a resilient person, that means you don't have excuses, because you'll be pretty, you'd be pretty ready to go, even though, you can kind of push your limits of having fun and, let that definition, whatever you can make up in your head, right? Whatever. But that's the outwork everybody. Because I mean, like, think about it, right? If you can, you know what I mean? If you can do all of that, and then, like, you could be seen as somebody who's like, oh man, what's up with this guy? This guy's pretty energetic and, got a lot in the reserve. But you know what? We got all of that, guys and gals. We all have that capacity. I'm no one special. But here's what I've done. I've just really honed in on my nutrition. I used to really get mad all the time. But you know what? There's a way to fix that. There's a way to fix it. And you gotta know what you're deficient in. You gotta know how to read blood work, and you gotta know how to engage your dopamine reward system in the right way. And what does that really mean? You're doing it right now in an unhealthy way if ... you're using your cell phone too much, right? Cell phone in the evening before you sleep, cell phone right away when you wake up in the morning. That's not good for you, folks, okay? If you're in it all day, you must stay away. So, 1% better every day, outwork everybody, and then remain curious. And what does it mean to remain curious? If you are in your life right now and you're starting to think to yourself, oh, you know what, I'm at my wit's end and I'm at a dead end and, I'm all ended, then guess what? Yeah, you are. Is that what you want? Is that who you are? Is that what you stand for? You're ended? You're done? Is that it? You want people to feel sad about you? You want people to go, you know what? Oh, yeah, you know what? You're ended, man. So, here, just take it easy then. Like, you want people to do that? You don't want that? I don't think you want that. No one wants that. Do something about it. Look, I ain't trying to sell you nothing, right? All I'm trying to do is help you to understand that you need to make a decision, right?